think about the opportunity we have. People have been accumulating 2%, 3%, and 4% interest rate loans for the last 5-6 years, and now they can't sell those houses without subject to. It's crazy. I saw this coming 5 years ago, and when people were getting 2%, 3% interest rates loan, I was like, I'll pick up that house in 5 years. I'll pick up that house in 7 years. I'll pick up that house in 9 years. You guys are part of the greatest flow and greatest change in real estate in creative finance ever in history. All the previous educators that I look up to, they never had this perfect alignment of everything, and you guys have it. So a lot of times you guys will say, well, what does a good deal look like? And that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to show you what a good deal looks like. It's a deal that was sent to me yesterday, and it was sent to me by a wholesaler here locally, somebody who is a student, of course. They learned how to send deals to me, but they still kind of screwed up on a deal, okay, on sending this to me. So I'm going to tell you guys how they could have sent it to me better. Why is this a good deal? What do I like about it? What do I not like about it? All that kind of stuff. All right. So take out your notes, because I'm going to tell you guys not only why this is a good deal, but I'm going to tell you what they could have done better when they sent it to me. And I'm also going to tell you guys what you can do with this deal. All right. So here we are, 21813 West Mojave Street in Buckeye, Arizona. So I'm going to copy, paste that into Google. It'll pull up like Zillow or whatever, and we'll pull up the pictures of it on Zillow. It's a newer house. It sold. So let's look at this. You guys, the story is right here. It sold a year and a half ago for $380. So what does that tell you? They probably have no equity. If the Zestimate says 419, they're never going to get 419 on this in this market. Right? We already know that. Zillow ain't going to pay. Hey, Zillow, how about this? You offer them $419. They still will walk out with no money out of their pocket. This is the thing that a lot of people just don't understand. I had a guy DM me last night. He's like, I can't believe that people would even do subject to. This is amazing to me. I've been in real estate for 12 years. I should pull this up and show you guys this DM. He says, I can't believe somebody would ever do a subject to deal. I'm like, dude, are you kidding me? If they sold this house, right, and their ARV is 419, the market is getting hammered right now. If you guys do not understand creative finance, you are going to be left behind in this market. So take a look at this. 419, somebody sells this house on the market for 419, and an agent is involved, right? You got your seller, here's their house. You got an agent that's representing the seller, and here they are, and they go, all right, we're going to go put this house on the MLS. Guess what happens? An agent has to go see that and then show that to their buyer, right? This is how this works, right? So that's the flow. Now you've got this group and that group essentially negotiating on a property. What does 419 look like after the house sells financially? Like, do I get 417? Do I get 411? What am I getting? Don Wong, there he goes. He says the average, and he knows this, the average amount of money it costs to sell a house in the United States is 10%. So if they magically sold the house for $419,000, which they can't, you take out the 10%, people just don't understand this. 3% goes to one agent. Another 3% goes to another agent. And this is all anybody ever thinks about, right? Everybody thinks, well, it's only 6% pace. Maybe sometimes you can pay this agent right here. You can pay them 2%. Okay. Yep. Sure. That's what you think. And then you've got closing costs, right? Think about all the people that get paid. You got the broker. They take a portion of the split of that agent. Okay. That's not additional costs though. Okay. What are the additional costs? You've got the title rep. Okay. So title, you've got escrow. Those are two different people, two different paychecks. Excise tax. What about HOA transfer fee? What about your lenders, right? Your lenders have fees. What about home warranties? What about inspections? We all know that there's a lot more costs associated with selling a house than people really even realize. So when you have a seller that their house, Zillow says 419, but they owe $380,000 on the house, how much money is this seller actually going to receive in their pocket when they sell this house? $0. There you go. They will receive $0 in their pocket. Now, here's the challenge. Market's really slow right now. So what Zillow says is 419 isn't 419. They're getting offers. The seller was getting offers somewhere around $400,000. Now, what's the problem is that they owe $380 on their mortgage. And they're going to receive, after they pay all their commissions and closing costs, they're going to receive $360,000 after they sell their house through a traditional real estate agent. So what does this do to the agent? The agent means they won't get paid. Seller's not going to come out of pocket 20 grand to sell this house, right? This is pretty obvious SubTo deal. Guys, this is going to happen over and over and over. And just wait. Interest rates are going up 0.75%. And in 3 months, interest rates are going up another 0.5%. Do you think this is going to be the greatest time in history? Like, think about the opportunity we have. People have been accumulating 2%, 3%, and 4% interest rate loans for the last 5-6 years. And now they can't sell those houses without subject to. It's crazy. I saw this coming 5 years ago. And when people were getting 2%, 3% interest rates loan, I was like, I'll pick up that house in 5 years. I'll pick up that house in 7 years. I'll pick up that house in 9 years. I'll pick up that house in 15 years. It is crazy how powerful this is. You guys are part of the greatest flow and greatest change in real estate in creative finance ever in history. All the previous educators that I look up to, the guys that, you know, kind of cut their teeth in the game educating, they never had this perfect alignment of everything. And you guys have it. You have a perfect alignment of subject to deals, seller finance deals. Absolutely crazy. So here's what my good friend Jamil Damji and I are doing is over the next year. By the way, this is what's cool about being in SubTo. All you amazing students of mine. This is going to be a window. How long do you think this window is going to last? Minimum 4 years. Probably closer to 5 years. Here's the great thing about it. It's only going to get worse for the next 24 months. It's only going to get worse for sellers and agents. It's going to completely annihilate agents. Anyway, so let's look at this deal. All right, here we go. So 21813 West Mojave Street, Buckeye, Arizona. You guys can pull this up if you'd like. Check this out. The student, Tiana, meant to say entry fee, $28,000, okay? So they're getting offers. This is how they negotiated this. So pay attention. Why did they land on 405, not 400? Because the seller was getting offers at 400, if you remember. The seller was like, okay, well, I'm getting offers at 400. Our student comes along, sees the listing, lowering their price, sitting on the listing, right? They go in there and they offer 400 because that's what they heard. The seller had already received an offer, and the student says, if I come up to your number of $400,000, would you give me terms? Agent and the seller say, well, how's the agent going to get paid? Seller's going to walk away with, roughly $10,000 in the situation. Wholesaler is going to walk away with about $10,000 in the situation. Agent is going to walk away with $5,000, but there's not enough skin on the bone for that $5,000. So they bump the price from $400 to $405,000, so the agent can get paid $5,000. And they switched the agent from being an agent to a consultant, so that $5,000 didn't have to go through their broker. They set up as a consulting agreement. I currently have one of these going on with Kevin Cho. We're going to be doing a Zoom here pretty soon, all about breaking down and taking an agent from being an agent and turning them into a consultant, because now the agent is just consulting. They're not really brokering the deal, because I just went directly to the seller. In about a week, I'm going to close on a SubTo deal with Kevin Cho here in Phoenix. Okay. Agent just texted me actually yesterday. She's so freaking happy and excited about creative finance. Here it is. Sends me like her business card and all that kind of stuff in here. And she says, I'm looking forward to learning from your business model so much. I wanted to make sure that their Instagram, she was getting followed by a fake Instagram thing. And she says, I have so many opportunities to throw your way. Over 12 listings I can see right now that can't sell, that don't have equity. Are these the ones that you want? Right now, she just was like, oh my gosh, they're all over the market. Now I see what's going on. I can make so many amazing things happen. I coach this agent and that agent. Okay. I always coach the agent. Go talk to your broker and tell your broker that you have no solution. There's no equity, and ask the broker for a solution. Guess what's going to happen? Your broker is going to say, I don't have a solution. So when now you've posed the question, you've applied the pressure, the broker doesn't have a solution, then the agent is coached by me to say, okay, well, what if I find somebody that would be willing to take over the payments and just pay me as a consultant? Would you be okay with that? Broker, on both of the deals that we just are doing right now, both brokers, when applied pressure properly and pitched properly by saying, hey, broker, I've had this listing for 3 months. I can't sell it. What would you do? You think the broker wants to be in that pressured situation to actually have to answer that question? You guys know any brokers that actually have the answer to that question? I don't. So Scott says it will damage the relationship between the agent and the broker. No, it won't. As long as you pitch and you do things properly. I love the thought process, but change the thought process about the pitch, right? The pitch to the broker now is, hey, broker, I've got this listing in Buckeye. Had it for 4 months. It's not selling. I'm worried. I'm looking really, really bad here. It's making me and everything in our brand look bad that I can't sell this house. What do I do? Pause. What's that? Imagine, what's that broker going to say, Scott? Do more open houses. Do more open houses. Cause that's the only thing that agents have in their back pocket as like some amazing, do more open houses. Okay. But what's funny about brokers is brokers know something amazing is they know that open houses don't sell houses. What do open houses actually do? This is an interesting thing. You guys should write this down. My wife's been an agent for 13 years, and she's been a top 1% agent for the last 8 years, okay? An open house doesn't actually help the seller. The open house helps the agent because people come into the open house that are looky-loos. They are not interested in that house at all. And the agent does open houses. Okay, this is what they train you in when you come out of real estate school. The only way they train you to go get listings or find buyers is go do open houses for other people's properties. Listen to me. People teach agents, you need to go build your business. So go call another agent and say, hey, I see your listing on 123 Main Street. Can I do an open house at that? And the agent's like, yeah, sure, do an open house there. Why are they not worried about another agent doing an open house at their own property? Because they know it's not going to sell the house. It doesn't sell the house. It brings in buyers so that you can go find them another house. So let's go through this deal again. So really good. What's my down payment? Like my total cost, right? $10,000 to the seller, $10,000 to the wholesaler, $3,000 of closing costs, and $5,000 for the agent. Okay, so that's a lower entry fee. So $28,000. Now a lot of you guys that are brand new are going to look at that 28 grand and go, oh my gosh, $28,000. I don't have $28,000, right? Okay, well, perfect. It's because you're not thinking about it right. So what is the percentage that I have to put down on this deal? So take 28,000. Everybody pull out your calculator. This will teach you how to do this. Take $28,000 and divide it by 405. And what's the percentage? What is the percentage that I'm putting down total? My total 7% down payment. That's amazing. A 7% down payment on a house that's been recently fully remodeled for a 2.6% VA loan that will cash flow about $4, $5, maybe up to $700 a month. Would you guys say that that's a good deal? Absolutely. This is a great deal. I see these all the time. Now, what can I do with this? Okay, so why is this a good deal first and foremost? It's a good deal because of the cash on cash return. So let's go through this. Let's make sure you guys know what I can do with this property because I want people that are they don't have 28,000 and in their mind, they got this limited belief system that they can't raise money. What could I do with a deal like this? What's the first thing I would do with this deal if I'm brand new? Number one, I should be wholesaling it. The student that is bringing it to me is wholesaling it and making $10,000. The student is making more than the agent. And the agent's making more, actually the agent's making more money than they would have because of the wholesale. Okay, we all agree with this. Pretty simple, right? I use our SubTo contract paperwork, lock the deal up. I take that paperwork and I have another assigned contract with Pace called an assignment contract, and boom, done. Easy. People ask me all the time, how do I wholesale a SubTo deal? The same way you wholesale any deal. You just use our paperwork. That's it. It's easy. So easy. Okay. Now there's other questions to talk about, like making sure that the buyer and the seller actually know who each other are, because there might be some situation where the seller and the buyer need to communicate. Done, easy. I've talked about that in the training, so go watch that. Okay, the second thing that I can do, let's say if I have no money, I'm brand new, I have no money, and you don't have a private money lender, second option I can do is wrap.